So, hi there, everybody. I'm joined now with another one of our keynote speakers, this time on the subject of artificial intelligence. We've got Karen Burns, who's co-founder and CEO at Fymo. So, hi, Karen.
Hi. Hi.
And just to ask a few questions in advance of the conference. Like AI, fascinating subject. It's a game changer at the moment that's out there. What was the first moment that you looked at AI and thought, wow, like this is happening now?
Think it's really creeped up on me, and I think it's creeping up on a lot of other people as well. So for me, there hasn't really been one single moment where I can pinpoint and think, wow, this is it. It's more been a build up of it's everywhere. I think for the global audience, things really changed with the launch of Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Language is so accessible, we can all understand it, and we kind of ascribe even personalities to robots if they speak nicely to us. So I think that's really launched AI into the global consciousness. AI, well, machine vision, which is what we work in, has been around in some form or another and in development since the 70s. So it's not a new field as such. We've been building on a strong scaffold that's been around for a while. I think the global launch properly and maybe a bit of panic around what's going to happen next has definitely been around since the ChatGPT came to this kind of popped up and came to global consciousness.
Yeah, I think I agree. ChatGPT's just sort of like made it sort of huge, hasn't it? And
Yeah.
the our NBS conference is around the construction industry. Are you seeing specific applications for sort of design and construction buildings?
Yeah, I mean, with construction industry, as is with anything really in the built environment, so we work with commercial real estate developers ourselves. AI can be applied in all the stages, from the drawing, project spec, etc., all the way to the demolition phase. So AI can be applied in every single kind of phase of us thinking about a building, drawing it, building it, and then in the end, demolishing it as well. So AI is touching everything from, like I say, spec to safety to all of it, and how we kind of look at carbon, where to build it. So I think it's going to revolutionize very, very broadly the entire chain of when we look at construction and then a building's life cycle in general.
Yeah, like NBS, we take unstructured information like standards and regulations and guidance documents and provide structure to it to our customers. And I think the ability of AI to take something that isn't structured and then like put it in the table with the proper like property names. It's maybe not the most exciting part of AI, but it's incredible what it can do.
Yep.
Uh, and then sort of like finally, if you're out there at the moment and you're just interested in learning more about AI and what use cases can apply to yourself, what would you say to people? Where can they go to find out more?
I think there's quite a lot of press around AI in general. So I think a lot of people are starting to get to grips with what AI is in principle. But for applicability to their own industry, I thoroughly recommend actually it's just some online courses. There's a couple of fantastic ones available, not just through Coursera and and some of these other online platforms, but there's a Finnish company that has created specifically for the built environment an AI course that covers the 5 areas of all the way from planning, construction, operations, all the way through to demolition. And it covers basically the way you can use AI within that phase, where it lacks, where it's better than a human, where it's going. And I think it gives a
Yeah.
pretty good overview. That's something maybe I will be sharing at the conference and sharing links on where to access that information. But online courses are great, industry events are great, like the one that obviously I'm speaking at and you're putting on. And then also speaking to your peers and just learning from others, because we've seen that adoption of the technology is so varied across this entire industry. There are companies that really, really have embraced it properly, centrally. They've got data teams in place, all the rest of it. And then there are other companies that are still thinking that maybe it's a bit of a fad. So I think talking to peers will be a really big learning curve for a lot of people.
Now, one thing we did at our organization is we had a 2-day AI hackathon. So we had software developers that had been with the business for 6 weeks there, and people that have been here for 20 years all working together and trying to come up with ideas and work.
Because I think a lot of fear around AI, right, is that we will lose human interaction, we will lose our jobs, we will lose some of the skill sets, etc. But then coming together around it is, I don't want to say the word healing, but in a way is learning, and then also, trying to discover what AI really will help with, and what it will take away. Because a lot of jobs will change massively, but there will be new ones that will be created.
Yeah.
And then just understanding where people are on their journey, as individuals, as professionals, and as a business, I think is something that can only be done properly through deep peer-to-peer learning.
Yeah. Well, I could chat for so much longer, but it's just a preview, just having sort of 7 or 8 minutes. So really looking forward to your keynote at the conference, and see you in a few weeks. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Stephen.
Bye-bye.